am LaMarsha Lewis. Let's talk. Today is July the 3rd. It's a Saturday, and I want to start this commentary with a disclaimer. Disclaimer: fair use. I am LaMarsha Lewis. YouTube channel is a news reporting site covered under copyright under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research without the need for permission from our payment to the copyright holder. And with that being said, let's talk. I did a commentary about this when the subject matter first happened, when Cindy McCain had became a trending topic. It had been saying even Cindy McCain cringes at her daughter Meghan's behaviors when asked when she was having an interview with Andy Cohn. And we all know that Andy and Meghan has like a BFF relationship. He's been on The View times when she had a birthday and bought her a jumpsuit, and then again she's been on live with Andy Cohn several times. Cause just earlier this year, as we all know, Thursday, 2 days ago, Meghan announced she will not be returning as a View co-host. And earlier this year, she had been on the Andy Cohen show where she had said she wasn't going anywhere, Joy isn't going anywhere, and all of that. And now we got the greatest news of all, because we all have been waiting for this. We all have been wanting this, cause to hear the news that Meghan McCain will no longer be on The View. But I want to talk about when Cindy McCain had been asked about how did she feel about Meghan's behavior. Many was coming to us saying that even Cindy hates when her daughter, her daughter's behavior. She cringed. It is my opinion that, because you got to realize, she's Meghan's mother. Andy is Meghan's friend. I think Cindy was more concerned about, okay, after this, how will I have to react to my little whiny, self-entitled, silver spoon, inheritance, rude, disrespectful daughter, the monster that basically my daughter, my now deceased husband and I created and have given to the world. I think that's what was the real cringe. I don't think it was so much in regards to she cringing because her daughter's behavior, because this is what Meghan has done from the time she's became a co-host in 2017, what she continued. I mean, just not long ago, she did it with Whoopi. She did it with George. She's told Sonny, you don't look at me. She's told George you could get paid to listen to me. I mean, she's just been flat out rude. There's no other way to say it. And that's why we are also elated that she's finally about to leave. And I hope to never have any platforms such as having to be on TV and things of that nature. Maybe just social media or something like that. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, social media, but not no platform of the platform she currently has. But I think that was Cindy's real reason for cringing, because one, she probably never expected Andy to ask her something like that, and especially knowing the relationship. And then she was basically, in my opinion, put on the spot, so therefore she had to respond. I think she gave shade to Whoopi, because she said, well, it's Whoopi's job to keep the peace, but what about your job as a parent to teach your child to be respectful? What about that? We understand Meghan Cindy made the statement, well, it's her job. I kind of understand it, but as a parent, as a mom, but at the same time, obviously, there's no mother-daughter talk, because Meghan, again, has been this same very obnoxious, snotty, bratty, just unprofessional, rude person, and very disrespectful to Whoopi, to Joy. Joy's the oldest, Joy's a senior on that show, but yet, how Meghan has fought and continues to fight. Like I say, with all the co-hosts, the guests, and when they had the live studio audience. But Cindy McCain tried to play it down on Whoopi. Whoopi, it's Whoopi's job. Whoopi's the moderator. It's Whoopi's job to keep the peace. Well, it's her job. Her job is the conservative Republican spokesperson at the table, co-host for The View. It's not her job to be a rude, snotty be. That's not the job. She should never be disrespectful to anyone, especially her fellow co-host Whoopi Goldberg, an icon, the person that did a big favor to Miss McCain's late husband and Meghan's late dad, John McCain. Cause that's how Meghan got the job. And then, like I said, the joy that's been there forever started with the show. Sonny, Sarah, Anna, all of those, the guests, the audience, even the producer, Ryan Tedder. And behind the scenes, she tried to get allegedly Karen, the makeup artist, fired. She's allegedly had people no longer can guest co-host, people like Sherry Shepherd, who very recently came back, but again, a new sheriff's in town, the new President Kim Godwin, and also Tara Sefmeyer, all of this. So Meghan is not a nice person, so that's why many of us have been waiting on the day that she is no longer a View co-host. But let's listen to this clip, and I'll talk about it some more.
I have to ask, when you see Meghan getting into it on The View with Whoopi, and they're just like, I mean, The View is not totally that far from the Real Housewives of the world.
And that's sad.
Did you know that Meghan was such a tough cookie and a fighter? Because she gets into it with the other women. And what is your reaction when you're watching?
Well, ever since she was very little, we call her John McCain in a dress, because she was always fighting. She was always, she was always questioning and talking and making sure not only did she understand what was going on, but could we change it, kind of thing. She's always been that way. So that's her nickname within the family. And I think she's doing a great job. I mean, she stands up for what she believes in, and that's all you can ask for. And she's also really smart. So I appreciate what she does. I don't always agree with her, but I do appreciate it.
Does it upset you? The other day she and Whoopi got into it, and Whoopi's like, I gotta go to a commercial break, and they're going, as a mom, does that, I just saw you kind of cringe a little bit when I brought it up. Did that upset you to watch?
Well, from a mom, you teach your children to be polite and be nice to other people and all that kind of stuff. And it does make me cringe a little bit, but again, it's her job and it's what she does, and it's Whoopi's job to keep the peace. So I understand everything that's going on there. But as a mom, it does bother me a little bit.
So that was Cindy McCain responding. She kept trying to laugh because, again, I think she okay, I'm trying to get through it. So I guess the best way to handle it was to try and laugh through it. But that was a serious matter. She said that Meghan is smart. She appreciates what she does. She's good. I totally disagree. Meghan is not smart, and she's not good in what she did. Being disrespectful, that's something to be proud of. Like I said, then trying to throw shade to Whoopi, where it's Whoopi's job to keep the peace. That crap about, well, it's her job. No, it's not anyone's job. It's not your daughter's job to be rude. It's not. And for her to say that, well, that just says like, and that what is it? Ever since she was little, we call her John McCain in her dress. She's not tough. She's no tough cookie. She's not. Oops, my iPad's trying to fall down. But at the same time, I just wanted to do that commentary and give my response to Cindy McCain. I just think she was just trying to, again, get through the interview, because she's probably more or less thinking about how she would have to then respond to her daughter. And she has not done a good job. The late senator did not do a good job, because they are the people who gave us the monster that has seen the past 4 years be so very rude, to be so disrespectful. So she's mentioned, as a mom, you teach your children to be polite. You teach your children to be respectful to others. We don't see that from her daughter, Meghan McCain, and Cindy knows that. That's why she struggled through that, because she was trying to be gracious in the question asked, but knowing at the same time the daughter that she has. So I just again wanted to give my perspective when Meghan McCain's mom, Cindy McCain, gave that response to Andy Cohen. How does it make you feel? Meghan McCain just has the worst behavior. It's nothing to do with her being a Republican. It's nothing to do with her being a conservative. It's simply, as so many says, no one is got an issue with her views. Cause hey, that's her views. Although in my opinion, it's the views of her husband. But again, it's just the snortness, the snottiness, the disrespect, the unprofessionalism, and that self-entitlement. I'm John McCain's daughter, and because I'm John McCain's daughter, the world and everything revolves around me. The self-entitlement and the getting away with it. It's just not, it's not right. So I'm grateful to know that she'll soon be leaving, and Cindy McCain and the late senator just did a horrible job at raising her. We've seen that the past 4 years, as she's shown us quite often and regularly, as being on the view. This is my perspective, and I am LaMarsha Lewis. Let's talk.